Hello guys, welcome to
Look around you.
Here we're gonna tell you some horror and creepy stories. And today you're listening to our horror series, Scary Telling. We're ready to share our some horror stories with her. But before that, today I'm here with my friends
Evan,
Anna, Citra, Eji,
Rigo,
and me, Reva. So, we're opening up our real life horror stories. Just focus on us. If you hear any other sounds, don't turn around. Okay, who's gonna tell first?
I would like to go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to tell my horror story experience in my friend house that I had when I was in fourth grade. It was Sunday afternoon and at 5 o'clock, and I was with my friend Kiki and Gazi. We playing all day and running on bikes around the neighborhood, but it was already late afternoon. So Kiki and Gazi were very tired, and me too. So we stopped by Kiki's house to rest. And that times, the three of us were alone in Kiki's house. We lay down in Kiki's living room while playing chess because Kiki liked to play chess, but Gazi just watched because he didn't know how to play. Then as the time approached Maghrib, Kiki, Gazi, and I felt hungry. And Kiki suggests that we try cooking Indomie and instant noodles. So we played a rock, paper, scissors, and Kiki won. Was the first cook, followed by me and Gazi the last. So Gazi waited long in the living room while Kiki heard Gazi running towards the kitchen, and we saw Gazi looking at us with a frightened expression and telling us what he had experienced in the living room. He said that a silhouette next to the living room, in the musical room, and the Kiki loved me when he tell about it because he still in panic even though, yeah. After God said that, we continued cooking Indomie because of the story. Kiki and I stayed kitchen because he was still scared. So after everyone finished cooking, we went to the living room. The three of us at the table, and I immediately devour my Indomie while Gazi was still nervous and looking out the window toward the music room. Kiki went to the kitchen to get some drink, but while we were eating, one of Kiki's musical instruments fell below to the floor, so causing us to stop eating. At that point, yeah, like that. So Gazi and I started to get scared because when Gazi told me about Kiki's music room, I always believe the secret king inside. So Kiki went to check it out. He's the one who's brave enough to check up on him to enter the music room. There was no one there, just a tambourine falling out down. And then he returned to the living room and locked the music room. But after Kiki locked the music room, I saw Gazi run first. And then I had to kick his sister. And when I threw toward the musical room window, I quickly got goosebumps. Because then I saw a silhouette moving. So Kiki, who doesn't see it, he runs spontaneously. Well, we ended up in the Kiki's sister room. Kiki locked the door, and the three of us whispered about the figure in the Kiki's room. So we went there until we saw when Kiki parents returned. So when we continue eating our hot noodles when they are dry. So we decided not coming to Kiki's bed house anymore since that day. So well, that's my experience so far about my horror stories. It's sad that we not gonna go to his room and for his room.
Is the house haunted or not? Like,
He used to have a lot of experience of horror stuff, but yeah, but personally, this might be fine to see it. Right.
are you not curious about that?
Um,
the way. Yeah.
it's like I am kind of feel creeped out because of it. Like that's all from it. So I forgot to give you one.
Well, if I were you, then I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, everyone will do the same thing because you are breaking up.
No.
Well, yeah, that's all.
Okay, that's so crazy and creepy, guys. Okay, who's next?
How about you, sister?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's my turn. So, this has happened back when I was still living in my old boarding house. That night, I went to bed around 1 a.m. because, like, I had a ton of college assignment to finish. And honestly, I wasn't even done yet. But I don't know why the vibes that night felt super off. I could get in chills, like something just wasn't right. So when I finally fell asleep, I started dreaming. And for information, guys, I had a dream a lot, and most of the time I'm actually aware that I'm inside my dreams. Like some people maybe call it lucid dream. And in that dream, I saw a head picking up from the side of my bed, staring at me in the most creepiest way. The skin like was all wrinkled, like an old man, and eyes looked like they were about to come out, and the hair, like just a few strands stuck to the scalp, looked wet and glued down. The smile was way too wide, like from ear to ear, and I swear I can still picture that face. My whole body froze, like I couldn't move at all, and like completely stiffened. I got scared, so I shut my eyes and tried to wake myself up, like usually I do when I had lucid dream. But when I closed my eyes, everything turned pitch black. And that didn't make sense at all because my room light was on, like it's super bright. It should have been like at least a little bright, right? And not full by the house. And when I opened my eyes again, suddenly I was in my own house. Like the one I don't live in anymore because it's pretty haunted. And a lot of stuff happened there, and I never felt comfortable in that place. And in the dream, I was like in my old bedroom, so I suddenly recognized it, and that room didn't have a ceiling, so you could see straight out to the roof, and there were those transparent roof tiles that let sunlight in, and again, I was surrounded by the figure that lived in that house. Like I was laying in the middle of the room, and they were all around. And there was one figure dressed like a nurse, and her face was all rotten and messed up. Like it looked like it melted. You could see the skull like that, and I shut my eyes again when it feels like something was forcing them open. My hand went numb, like someone was holding them down. My head felt like it was being pressed. Well, of course, my heart beating like crazy, and I could forcing my eyes shut and starting to pray in my head. And then slowly the page like started getting brighter. And eventually I got the courage to open my eyes again after that. And I I was back in my room. My chest felt tight, my hair was all sweaty from cold sweat, and honestly that was the scariest dream I ever had. And it was the first time I it ever felt that intense. Like I get nightmares a lot. Sometimes like they even repeat like 4 times, but that one, that specific one, like it's another level. And yeah, I moved to a new boarding house, guys. It is so scary.
Do you still doing those kind of stuff? Like having nightmare or
I mean, if it's nightmares, yeah, I often have that bad dreams. But that one, that's specifically more like, it's not just being on a lucid dream, but like it's you, like astral. You know the term astral
Oh, yeah,
projection.
yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that. Like my soul traveled back to my home. Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, that's
And bring us back to your own house.
Just that time. In my other nightmare, like it's just like I'm dreaming about ghosts or about an accident or something crazy.
So you often see them.
Well, actually, guys, yeah, it's quite often. Like,
Oh my god.
like sometimes when I just sit, I see a shadow like running around, or in my home. Back in my home, I saw some type of ghost, like from what we call Tindenwook, and then Pocong, or Kuntilanak. Yeah, I already said it.
Oh my god. Sutra has so many
Yeah,
experiences.
actually, I have so many more stories that I experienced myself.
But I think the lucid dream was crazy.
Yeah, because it's the first time
And it's so confusing, right?
Like I don't know if when I wake up, like when I open my eyes, it is still in the dream or not. Yeah.
This one was so crazy, confusing, and also creepy.
Okay. Maybe it's time for you to share your story or her story.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a horror experience too. And it happens when I was doing my kakak program. So it's kind of like a community service where we live and create some projects to develop a certain area. Usually it's a village area. And we lived there for about 2 months. And the house that we stay was basically a place that rarely used. So the owner of the house is lived out of the town. So he only stay never he come back to the village. And the house itself, it was pretty compact for us because we're a group of 10. And the layout is we have 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, and then to the back area, it's the separated area from the main house. There are kitchen, washing area, storage room, and a little backyard. Okay, so together we need to open the 2 doors. And the kitchen used sliding doors, and it's usually stopped, so we usually keep it open.
Like always you do.
Yeah, we just open it. And at that time, I was used to doing my program, right? And that night, I was hungry at the time. It's It's around 10 or 11 p.m. I think. So
It's quite late.
yeah. Yeah. I think it's midnight then. So I'll go to the kitchen, and then I was bending down to grab some snacks. And when I was bending down, there is a hand touching my knee. I mean, like back of my knee, like this. I can feel the nails, like the finger and the nails was long. And absolutely, I was shocked, and then I screamed. And then I ran where my friends gathering in the living room, so I just go there.
Maybe it was one of your friends pranking you.
No, because when I was bending and then turn around, there is no one. And then yeah, I was alone in the kitchen.
Well, maybe they ran away fast.
No, because I didn't hear any footsteps. So I was alone. I'm sure that I'm alone at that time. So I ran to my friends and told them about that. And one of my friends told us that she saw something earlier.
Oh my god, what was that?
So when she was washing her clothes in the back area, like I said before, in the back separated area, she saw some, a shadow, and there is no one there. Not only that, but when she was showering, she saw a hand sliding away. So it's black, long, and it has a long nail.
Oh
Like
my
this.
god.
Let's say like this.
Oh my
Slide
god.
away. And I'm pretty sure that it was the same thing. The one who touched me.
Because surplus, but it has a long nail.
Yeah. And that time we were so scary because I think the figure wants to show that his presence to us.
Ew.
Oh my god.
So like, this is like always happen like in for 2 months.
Not fully 2 months, but it pretty often, especially my friends who can see that thing, that kind of figure. So it's pretty creepy, guys.
Ew. I could never imagine that. Like, how for 2 months, guys? Like, you've been haunted for 2 months.
And
Oh, that's
fortunately,
okay.
we're safe, guys, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah,
Well,
that's a scary experience. It was fortunately we are safe.
And after that, after you experience it,
Yeah. I'm not that brave, so when I went to the kitchen, I always grab another person. So yeah,
well,
Minimum 2 person.
another person to the kitchen. So don't go there alone, okay?
so it's a guest house.
It's a guest house, and it's religious, like I said before.
Like, any of your neighbor there, like,
We
tell you that, oh, that the house is haunted or something?
Oh yeah, like the right of our neighbors told us, like even say that, are you seeing something?
Oh my god. Oh,
Cause
wow.
yeah, cause her daughter or her son, I think, like told us that he saw something in the back area, especially.
So that area, the ones
That
that
is-
is the most haunted.
Yeah.
Oh. so scary.
Scary.
Because like all of us like experience KKN too, right?
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine if I was in Painful's position. I would go to home.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to there.
Even if I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna sleep in home. Like, bye bye, guys. Like,
But we
I don't want to come back.
but we have to for live there for 2 months.
just imagine that's crazy.
Is that your first ever experience with her? I mean, her experience? Is that your first ever?
No,
No, no.
it's my second experience actually. But
Oh, yeah.
the first one I just saw, so when I was touched, like
Oh
it's
No.
more
yeah.
scary when I can feel the presence of the figure.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay, that's so creepy, guys.
Okay, guys, so this story is not finished yet. So if you're curious about what happened next with the other horror stories, you can check it out on the part 2. And if you have a horror experience, you can drop it in the comment. Bye bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Bye.